Hello, friends. Welcome to Akulmach Live. My name is Chandrakant. Today, we will meet a very accomplished Indian. She joins us from UK. She is also a beauty pageant and also a well established doctor. But before we start our discussion, a word on our giveaway. Akulmach works with many SMEs and startups world over, helping them in not only building their sales and marketing teams, but also help them in improving their success rate. As you can see, we have summarized our years of knowledge into these easy to follow steps, which can be used by any smart leader to promote their group or a company. In order to encourage people to take the right step at the right time, we have used this proprietary graph in our corporate memorabilia so that the knowledge can be accessed by whoever, whenever, wherever it is needed. You can become eligible to get one of these beautiful gifts delivered to your doorstep for free. All you need to do is to subscribe our channel and smash that like button. Also, please watch this entire video and provide your valuable comments, suggestions, or you could also share your experiences. Person with the best comment and interaction would be chosen to become a free recipient of one of these displayed items here. In addition, we would invite you to Akulmach Live to participate in our show as a distinguished panelist. What are you waiting for, friends? Go for it. Now, let's get back to our discussion. Friends, let me introduce you to today's guest. Her name is Neha Sharma. She joins us from London. She is a doctor by profession, and today we will learn about her journey as a doctor from India to UK. Welcome to the show, Neha.
Pleasure is absolutely mine, CK. Thank you.
Well, it has been a pleasure of us also to be able to speak to you. And shall I say, Dr. Neha, tell us
Yes,
about you. You know how your journey has been so far, and you're working for the UK government. How you do you like working for UK government, and you have also worked with in India? What is the difference? I think we'd like to know. There are so many questions. We'd like to know answers to those today.
sure. Thank you, CK. It was a pretty interesting roller coaster ride, I would say, like any other medic which I had so far. But I can only say, when you say about India and UK, I can only say that I have a massive regards for both the system, and I've been trained from India, and I carry that legacy with me. And when I'm working in NHS, I never forget my root as well, that I'm from India, and I've been so far, I have worked so hard in my life, and everything, like if I feel confident, if I feel like aware about my field, then it's because I've been very robustly trained from India. So I carry that thing in my mind. I've never forgotten that, despite working for NHS. Yes, working in NHS itself is a pride for me that I got this opportunity, and I came to UK in December 2016, and now I'm finishing 4.5 years now. And since last 1.5 years, like I'm working as a consultant here. So I have really worked hard, but at the same time, NHS is one of the renowned health system in the world, and it is very well organized. And the things which is something which impressed me is a balance of work and personal life. And I think this is something which has actually led me to settle down in UK. Although this was never been a plan, but I don't know what happens in future if I get back to India. But yes, the journey was always very interesting, and I've been like, as you know, that it's so like appearing in the medical exams and getting a seat itself is a massive struggle in India when you're competing with millions and millions of students at the same time. And obviously, being from a general category, it was always a struggle to being a topmost to get whatever subjects I want. So it was a roller coaster ride, but so far I've been enjoying a lot. I've learned a lot, and I've been reflecting that on my practice now.
Well, Neha, a lot of people know you. And for those who don't know you, let me tell the people, the viewers, that Neha Sharma is also a beauty pageant. She is a perfect mix of beauty and brain. Why don't you tell us about how the beauty pageant happened in your life?
I think, CK, that was just out of the way. It just came up, and I just thought, like, if you see the fashion industry, I think there's not even a single girl in the world who's not being fascinated by the fashion industry. And I think that was the main reason, like, I wanted to experience that, although I was not very sure whether I'm eligible, I'm not eligible, or what is there. And it just happened because I just want to do something side by side apart from my profession, which gives me a kind of broader platform to serve the community. And actually, that was the main intention why I entered. It was not with an intention to win any title or to go ahead or to go for international or universe or whatever it was, but it was with an intention that I wanted to do something for the community. But to do that, I wanted to have a wider platform where I'm being connected with various other women in the platform, and I know their like strength and weaknesses, which I can learn from them. So I think that was the main reason why I entered. But so far the journey is endless. I won Mrs. India UK 2019 second runners up, Goodwill gold title, and intellectual silver title. And I think intellectual was just because I was a medic. I thought probably I was the most privileged out of all the contestants. So that was really nice, and I felt that after that, like a lot of things changed in my life as well. The way I carry myself, although I was always focused being a medic and doctor, I think the most important thing which I've always focused is on my personality, the way I carry myself, my communication skill, and how I treat others. But I think when you go to different industries, like I'm saying, different fields, and when you get different exposure, I think you learn a lot of things from that, and you actually build up your personality in various aspects of your life. So I think that is something which happened. But recently, I was working for an NGO, like I'm still working for an NGO, which is called All Women Rock, which is based at California, and Carl Wilson is a founder of that. And I was very privileged when I got connected with him. He recognized my work, which I was doing anyway as a medic as well. And recently, I won the title of Miss All Women Rock Global Elite 2021 and 22. And I received my tiara, my beautiful crown, and even my Purple Heart Award, which was just as a Corona warrior, being a frontline worker and serving the community. So I think I'm very like I'm enjoying my journey, and I'm enjoying these various exposure. At the same time, I feel like there's a lot of work which we can do as an individual for the community. It's just not about keeping your knowledge, keeping your wisdom, or keeping your experience to yourself. It's all about giving to others. And I think I'm on a mission to pass on this to my next generation. And I'm helping a lot of immigrant doctors here in UK for Royal College of Pediatric and Child Health. I'm also their overseas trainee ambassador, and I am involved with them in helping all the immigrant doctors who are coming to UK. So I think I'm just learning from that, and I'm just helping other people in the same way where when I was coming to UK, people helped me in the same way. This is my mission to help others as well.
It is always amazing to talk to a personality like yourself, because you have been recognized, you have been working to help the people, you have been working with the patient, you have been awarded a Purple Heart for serving the community. I think it's amazing. I think you are a all rounder, as we say between UK and India. You have been
You're
an all
modest. You're
round.
too modest, CK. I would say you're too modest. Thank you.
Well, having said that, you have done so much at such a young age, and you have been recognized world over at such a young age. Tell us something which you really like doing. Something, one incident which really, something which drived you, and you wanted to achieve that. Is there something like that in your, in your heart, which you can claim that it is yours, and you wanted to achieve it?
CK, I feel that as a human being, I think we all are greedy in one way or other way, and our expectations and our greediness in life never ends. And I would narrate one incident when I was doing my pediatric intensive care fellowship from India in Pune. There was an incident where I was a doctor on call, and there was a girl like 13-year old who got admitted with seizures, with fits. And I was the person, and I was new. That was my first day in the hospital itself, and everything was new to me. And I have never managed a case like that by myself. And despite doing everything, that girl died. And although it was a difficult case, she already came in a very refractory seizure where her seizures were not responding to any medication, but she died. And that was something which impacted me very, very badly, CK. There was a time when I was like, as a human being, I was feeling, and I was feeling guilty for a very, very long period of time, and I couldn't recover from that feeling that I couldn't help that family, because I feel like losing a newborn sometime, like I'm not saying that every loss is very, very traumatizing experience for the parents, for the individuals, but losing a 13-year-old child is a big thing for a family, because there is a bonding, there is a memory, there's a lot of experience, there's a lot of sharing throughout those 13 years of life, which parents and the kid or the other siblings they have shared among themselves. And when that happened, it just changed my life, and I was more embracing my life. I started being more thankful for everything God has given me. Yes, there were a lot of things happened in my personal life as well, and a lot of things were going around. My dad got cancer, and there were a lot of things, like I don't want to say on the social media, but yes, I was in love with somebody, and then it didn't work well, and everything was going all over the place, and I had no control over the life. And I was also there, like when my dad was getting operated for his cancer prostate. The surgeon called me in the theater at the Leela. There was a hospital in Kokilaben Dhirubhai Ambani Hospital in Mumbai, and he was getting operated there. And I was being called in the theater to see the surgery, and I was just shaking. I couldn't see my father being on the ventilator and going through all these things. So I think that just changed my perspective. And the question which you asked me, that what I aspire, like what I want my future, or maybe what I want in my life, I think, CK, I just want to be happy, and I just want to embrace every little second which God has given to me, with my friends, with my family, with my husband, with everyone around. And I just want to embrace this current moment when I'm sitting and talking to you and sharing my pride with you, that yes, I've been through a lot, but I'm standing here in front of you with a vision that yes, like my life is good, and my life will be much better in foreseeable future, and this is what I want in my life.
Well, I think you have shown us the human side of doctor, because normally we don't get to see that, especially when you mentioned about that case, the patient died. Uh, I think most of the doctors are sort of used to that phenomena, and patients don't see this side, what you're showing us today. So I think it's a learning for all of us that doctors are also human. They are also affected by
It's very
emotion.
difficult. It's very, very difficult. And somewhere, like, I'm a kind of person who doesn't think from brain. I think from my heart. And sometimes it is too heavy on me as well, when I am seeing that I can't do anything for my little baby. Like, I'm a neonatologist here, and I know there are a lot of things which happens. There are a lot of complications which can go here and there. And even if everything is going right throughout the pregnancy, there could be something which can happen during the delivery process or after the delivery as well. So it is hard for every medic, and I only request to the people, like whoever is listening to me, that it's not easy to be a doctor. And I know that in last few years I have seen that chemistry between doctor and the patient in India and in a lot of part of world, I'm not saying just in India, but in many part of the world, it's being somewhere offset. And I think it has to get back to a same like it has to get aligned, because I know there is an expectation from a patient side, and also there's an expectation from the doctor side as well, to be treated as a human being, as another human being. And I'm saying that just because even during this COVID outbreak, a lot of my colleagues, a lot of doctors, a lot of nurses, they've been died treating the patient. And it's not easy, and it's not fair for their family to be in a situation where they couldn't do anything now because the loss has happened. But I think this is the time when people should acknowledge that we all are human beings, and we are working round the clock. And I'm saying that, CK, like in last 1.5 years, like I've been working without taking much of offs. Like, yes, I do got like in between some annual leave, but I'm non-stop working, and I'm like literally at a stage where I feel that I need a break. I really need a break. But I know at the same time that my colleague in the hospital, they need me as well. And it's a very difficult situation. And I got COVID as well in last year in March, where my family was like quite concerned, my husband was concerned. I was off sick for 3 weeks, and it was very difficult situation for me. I was just having a constant headache, I was sleeping for 16, 17 hours, I was having a chest pain. But at the end of the day, when you are being acknowledged and somebody just say thank you to you for saving the life of their child, or just a simple that Dr. Sharma, you have done everything for my child. I think that is the reward which just makes me feel about that. Yes, probably I've done justice to my presence in their life. And whenever I see the patient in the clinic as well, like in the children's outpatient department, and when I'm discharging them from my side, I always say to them that thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to look after your child. And I feel being privileged to be a part of this journey. And the kind of gratitude which I see at that point of time, as soon as I say thank you to them for letting me to treat their child, and the kind of satisfaction which is there on their face, it's completely like I can't express this in my words. Like it's completely undefinable, and it just gives me a lot of pride. So I think it has to be acknowledged, but at the same time, we all are human being, and we have to get it better.
Certainly, Dr. Neha. In fact, doctors are also humans first. I think they are humans first, and we have to understand that as patient and also as as a human being ourselves. So, moving on to the next question, and that is about the journey from India to UK. Uh, and you could be inspiration to millions of doctors who are aspiring to build a career in India or in UK or elsewhere. What is your 2 cents advice to your fellow industry colleagues?
I think the two advice which I'll say is having a vision for yourself and knowing yourself, like where do you want to see down the line in 5 years or 10 years of time. That is one thing. And secondly, being resilient and being in a good books of your mentors. That's very important, because when you're coming to UK, first of all, you need to know what do you want to do. Like people wanted to go to abroad, like basically, but why you are going there, like what you want. I've seen a lot of immigrant doctors coming with something, doing something else, and landing nowhere. And I think that's something which is heartbreaking for them, because at the end they get disappointed. And again, CK, like grass is always green from the other side. When I was in India, England was like, oh, everything is fantastic, everything is green, and everything is gonna be great in my life, and this and that. But when I came to UK, I was by myself, and it was such a lonely life, and it was such a depressive life I had, like literally. And I'm using depressive because I'm a very strong person. I don't impact my mental well-being to get affected by how I'm feeling. Sometimes I'm very harsh on myself. Sometimes I feel like I have to be kind to myself. But I think it's not easy by yourself, having no family around. And specifically when you are working as a full-timer doctor, and you're getting sick as well, there's no one around you to look after you. You have to manage your food, you still have to go to the grocery shop, you have to get your things done, you still have to work, you still have to manage yourself, you still have to get your medicines done. So but the thing is, because when you have a vision and when you are determined, you will never quit from your path. And this is the drive which I had, that when I was thinking I can't stand this lonely life, I can't bear it. I think just because when I was determined, I think that gave me a different direction, and it kept on pushing me to the extent where I've reached today. And I'm very glad that I didn't quit. So I think, CK, having a vision was very important. And secondly, as I said, that being resilient and being in a good book of the mentors, because UK needs references. They need, like, no, none of the job will take you, none of the hospital will take you unless until you have got a good reference from your previous employees. So I was very blessed that I had a very strong mentors in my life, and I'm connected right now, even with my school teachers, even with my medical school teachers, my fellowship teachers, like from where I've done that, my postgraduate teachers, and right now in every unit where I worked. And I'm on a WhatsApp group to everywhere. So even I ensure that every Christmas, New Year, Diwali, or whatever it is, I'm connected with my old mentors, because what I am today is just because of the direction and the wisdom given by my mentors. And I would like to quote a few of my mentors. One was Dr. Piri Pote sir. So he was my postgraduate teacher. One was Dr. Dhaneria ma'am. She was a pediatric head of the department when I was in my medical school. One was Dr. Suryavanshi sir, Dr. Pradeep Suryavanshi sir. He's a head of the department at Bharati Medical College. And after that, Dr. Soni, who was the prime person who brought me to UK. And thereafter, my mentor list is too many, but Here in UK, I'm very privileged. I have got a very strong mentorship like Dr. Umesh Prabhu, Dr. Ramesh Mehta, who are head of British Association of Physicians of Indian origin. Also, they are the head of the GMCs, and like they are in a legal team as well in the GMC and a lot of indemnity team as well. So I think I'm very, very privileged that I have a very strong mentorships, and because of them, I have always got a direction in my life. And whenever I felt like I feel that I'm lost in my world, I just give them a call and they just give me direction. So you need to have a good mentors and you need to have a vision for yourself. And that is the two key things which I'll say that every immigrant doctor need to have that.
Fantastic to hear about that because while I was listening to you, I was trying to relate it to other industries. I think networking is a more apt word. We need to network with our teachers, with our peers, with our friends, and also with mentors. So I think that's a very powerful message you have given. And we expect you to be back on the show, Neha, and we will talk about lot of knowledge that you have, a lot of wisdom that you have accumulated at such young age. We hope we will catch you again very soon in the next episode of Dr. Speak. I'd like to say
Thank
goodbye for
you.
today.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much.
Thank you. Absolutely my pleasure to be here. Thank you.